guys, but Denzel Foster led the team last year in rushing despite pulling his hamstring in the first few games, and now he's come back and been the number one target. But what's been very peculiar here, Dan, is that despite this team not really getting a whole lot going offensively and they're not trailing at this point, Foster still has not been involved. 3rd down and 4 from their own 16. King calling signals. Play clock down to 8. 10-10 tie here in the second. King looking left. Pump fake. Back to throw. Looking, pass rush coming, in trouble. He'll take it himself. Out to the 10. Zigzag 15. Breaks a tackle. Looking for the first down. Crawling to about the 19. Boy. The first down make is there. And indeed, they will call that one a first down for the Tigers. Move the chains. Nicholas King. Houdini is alive and well, Dan. Wearing number 17 here for the Tigers.
You got that right. Talk about Houdini. A couple of escape acts right there. All in just one play. Escaping 3 to 4 tackles on that one. Barely getting that first down.
Now at 250 yards rushing in 4.5 games. And he's a quarterback, not a running back. Delay handoff goes to the pistol back, Denzel Foster, for 3.
Denzel Foster being held in check tonight. The type of guy who's typically averaging over 100 yards per game. Over 5 yards per pop, it seems like. But, hey, here tonight against the Mounties, he's being held in check.
With that carry, he's officially eclipsed 1,400 yards rushing in 2 seasons with the Tigers. He led the team, of course, last year at a JW North High School. No scholarships for him, but I'm sure he's trying to build together a strong NCAA resume. King will take it himself. And now the Tigers face another 3rd down and long as the Mount SAC Mounties have made a quarterback play for Nicholas King very tough, as that pocket has collapsed in no time flat. 37 sacks for Mount SAC, and they already have 1 tonight.
This is exactly the situation they want to constantly give RCC. The 3rd and long, the 3rd intermediate right here, a 3rd and 6. Let's see if Nicholas King has the patience to stay in the pocket and get that ball to his open receiver.
3rd down and 6. Tom Avena screaming off the edge. A flag is down. That will be an offsides. The pass far side is incomplete, but the Tigers will now face a 3rd down and 1 as Sitiveni Tom Avena, who leads the team in tackles for loss, he was just a whisker short of really getting about as good of a jump as I've seen. Tom Avena, he's an interesting product. Coming out of Palo Alto High School, only a freshman, 6'2", 230, has the size, has the speed to be very successful at the next level.
Boy, I just want to point out something very quickly. Denzel Foster grimacing in pain right there. A shoulder injury, it seems like. Walking down to the sideline over here.
Down here on the near sideline, getting the attention of the training staff. 3rd and 1. And that play will go nowhere. It's a play action, but Mount SAC brought 8 guys in the box. Tackle made by Elisanoa Alusiai. He's a freshman now with his 23rd tackle of the season. And that was a big one, partner. That'll force a 3 and out. But he is down and hurt down at around the 23-yard line.
Boy, the chess match continues here. The coaches are trying to outsmart each other. It was obvious that on a 3rd and very short that RCC was going to hand off the ball. And so, hey, the Mounties, they send in everybody, sending in 8.
Well, they did just give a little bit more room for that punt. But Mount SAC does have 3 timeout. No, make it 1, actually. They burned a couple in the first quarter. That's right. Only 1 timeout in the back pocket of Mount SAC. 1:18 to go. Tigers and the Mounties are tied at 10. And what's on the line for Bob Jastrab, who is the coach of the Mount SAC Mounties? He's looking to become the fastest coach to 100 wins in the history of junior college football. He's 99-19 in his 10-year lifetime with the Mounties. And that's an 84% win percentage there, Dan. And we can tell exactly why he's been so successful in junior college.
Boy, he's got a all-around great team, and it seems like year after year this guy is going to be recruiting the right type of guys to his program, guys that buy into his system.
Right, and he's gotten the Polynesian influence, if you will, with the Tom Avena brothers, include Tui Samoa, Magale, and he is really put together a very impressive defense, ranking number 1 in the state in sacks and also top 5 with only 83.6 rushing yards allowed per game. And we saw exactly why they're so dominant on the defensive side. As retreating to the 30 is Vaughns, and he'll end up being spun down at the 27-yard line.
Boy, what
tackle
a punt.
made by the long snapper. That'll yet again be another 50-plus yard boot by Anthony Zamora. He is a sophomore, but has really been a consistent factor to a strong special team season here for the Tigers. 57 seconds to go. Tigers and the Mounties tied at 10.
Boy, this second half is going to be super exciting. I mean,
yeah, you guys are in for a treat.
Yeah.
As we expected this one to come down to the wire. At least I did. I thought Riverside would, we'll get you more predictions at halftime, but I thought Riverside would offensively have a little bit more of a fight. 57 seconds, potentially the last drive we'll see before halftime. As we have a couple special guests here in the halftime studios. Wings it over the middle, caught by Macon. Zigzags midfield, and he shimmies his way to the 49-yard line. A pickup of 17 on 1st and 10 against a gaping hole there in the Riverside secondary. Moved the chains now into enemy territory.
The Mounties going no huddle, obviously, in this 2-minute situation. RCC only sending in 3. Playing that prevent style of defense right now.
They rush 4. Allo wings underneath. It's caught by Ryan Simpson, his first reception today. He has 25 on the season from Pasadena High School. He's a sophomore and really has made a big impact up until this one. Riverside has really shut him down.
Boy, this 3-man front, it's not enough. It seems like the Mounties are having their way here. 2 plays and already in RCC territory.
But they are chewing up valuable seconds here in the first half. 38 to go before halftime. Allo on a 2nd and 4. Flags fly, and that will be.
Here we go.
We'll have to
check
the penalty.
That continue with RCC.
Yeah, Riverside, the guilty party. The long for Alberto Villarreal, the sophomore's 42 yards is his long. Right now, the Mounties would be looking at around, this is far too long, a 63-yard attempt. 38 seconds to go. Tigers and the Mounties are tied at 10. From the 38-yard line, shotgun snap. Owl looking left, now hangs it towards the right side. Gilchrist is incomplete. He was the intended target.
Boy.
He would have had it inside the 10, but now a 2nd and 10 for the Mounties, and the clock stops with 36 seconds to go. Only 2 seconds was elapsed on that play. Interesting.
Boy, right there, Trayshawn Broughton getting lucky that ball was poorly thrown. I think he's still grimacing about that leg injury, that hamstring we pointed out. He didn't look like he was running full speed on that one.
Yeah, Broughton, we've seen some really good plays out of him. Then we saw the bad against Saddleback College. He gave Dimmery Manning all that Broughton could handle. 10 catches for 213 yards and 2 touchdowns he gave up against Saddleback College. He's really turned it on as of late. As Broughton, his first defensive touchdown on the season, that was his 3rd pick of the year. That gave the Tigers a 10-10 tie here midway through the second quarter. And Broughton is... he's arguing his case on the near sideline, but it'll still be a 2nd and 10. He'll be one-on-one now against Ryan Simpson. Only 1 catch today. No, scratch that against Derek Macon.
A lot of confusion right now from the RCC defense right now. They're not sure where they're going, so they elect to, I think,
They run down the scoreboard to 31, and they reset the play clock. We do have some problems with the scoreboard. 31 seconds to go. Tigers 10, Mounties 10. The number 1 and number 2 teams in the state, they're battling out here. The winner will nearly clinch their way into the postseason. 2nd down, Allo back to throw. Pass rush coming, in trouble. Looks out of 1 man, hangs it towards the end zone. Gilchrist is wide open, and he's got it for the touchdown as... Boy, Riverside on a lapse in coverage gives up a open score, and the Mounties reclaim the lead.
Allo taking charge here for the Mounties. I mean, hey, he was in trouble, dodges a defender, floats it up perfectly. Touchdown. The RCC with the blown coverage.
Completely. Nobody was within 5 yards. And this has been one of the first times that I've seen the Tigers really have some lapses in coverage. We saw it in the first drive of the game with the long touchdown grab. And now Derek Macon hauls in his 8th receiving touchdown of the year. Of course, there is 24 seconds to go. As the extra point, was that good? Yes, it is. They were unable to put that one on the board. 17-10 now, Mounties on top.
Boy, I'd like to question Trayvon Broughton on that one. I mean, I think he's still still.
He was the man on the coverage against Derek Macon. I think
might still be injured.
Yeah, I think they are looking at him a little bit on the sideline, talking to him. James Cook, the defensive coordinator. Broughton has been, I believe, the number one cornerback and the number one secondary player for this Tigers team this season. But, boy, when it matters most, right before halftime, you had him dead to rights right near midfield, but a long play has been the difference in what has been otherwise a dominant day defensively. Therefore, the Riverside City College Tigers, 17-10 Mounties lead. It's been nearly the entire half that Mount SAC has had the advantage. The interception return has been the difference as Tramel Davis from right to left has got it to the 25-30, and he's tripped up at the 39-yard line. Boy, he revved the engine and was about ready to burst down the near sideline. But does Nicholas King here, Dan, take a shot to the end zone?
Well, that's all up to Coach Kraft right now. I mean, with decent field position now, I would say yes. Maybe a long heave towards the end zone, towards the back end of the clock.
I think that you really don't lose anything if you decide to take a shot and maybe get some free points before the half, as the Tigers really haven't gotten a whole lot going offensively today. Under 100 yards of offense. They average 444 this season. 17-10 Mounties trail. A shotgun snap. King looking left. In trouble. Eludes out of a sack. Fires on the run, and a leaping grab is incomplete. Attempt made by Christopher Anderson, and the clock stops with 8 seconds to go. The hard hits continue. It has been a rough first half for both of these offenses, given that the defensive sides have really set the tone.
Boy, Nicholas King set up Christopher Anderson on that one right there, taking a huge blow because of a pass that was thrown too high.
Way too high. At the leg goes to Anderson, outside to the 40, and he's tripped up at the 41. Sidaveni Tama Avena with the tackle, and the half is over. 17-10, the Mounties lead. Dan Gadino, Nick Rice here on Spreaker.com's own National Sports to go along with Livestream.com. The Chenoweth gang has really helped us out here tonight.
Big time.
What really would help the Tigers is their ability to close out halves. I mean, you had the tie off of the pick six, but we're still staring at a 17-10 ball game. Mounties on top.
Boy, I really have to question if Trayshawn Broughton is at 100%. Most likely not. I mean, there getting burned big time. He's not the type of guy who's going to get burned.
That's right.
And so that's why I got to bring that up. That's why I'm questioning.
Well, the difference in this Mount SAC offense is their 1 and 2 play strikes. I mean, this is a team that's not going to go on a 10 or 12 play drive, but a big play ball club that has really lived and died on the deep balls of Justin Allo. Now make it 2 touchdowns by him. Despite the 2 interceptions, he has played relatively well.
You would think the team with the least amount of turnovers is going to win this one. Right here, this isn't the case. I mean, the Mounties 17-10 right now, and currently at halftime right here.
They're sitting pretty. That is for sure. We'll go ahead and get you an interview from Tom Kraft, head coach of the Riverside College Tigers, in a matter of moments. But, Dan, I would like to get your thoughts real quick. 17-10 Mounties lead here at the break. Mount SAC has been dominant on the defensive end. Outside of a field goal offensively, Riverside's been shut out. What has been the difference?
The mistakes. Yeah. I mean, talk about some dumb penalties. I mean, a bunch of offsides, a bunch of false starts. And that's the thing that RCC has been plagued all year. And as soon as they clean that up, we're going to see an RCC team that could play with anybody. And they should be able to come back in this one, currently down 17-10. But I wouldn't count out RCC just yet.
Well, an intriguing storyline is that Denzel Foster, the main man for the Riverside College Tigers, when he runs for over 100 yards, the Tigers are 5-0. Foster held to under 25 tonight, and really he's been bottled up from the get-go.
Yeah, and that was actually a key of the game. If RCC rushes for over 250 yards per game, they're winning. I mean, a 3-game winning streak currently, and in each of those 3 wins, they've gone 250-plus yards on the ground.
Yeah, it's been a far different storyline tonight. Meanwhile, for the Mount SAC Mounties, a couple touchdowns by Justin Allo, but it's really been the difference by Omar Stolbert. Have you been disappointed with Riverside defensively, despite the fact that really Mount SAC is about as good as any on the offensive side?
No, not at all, because it's only been 2 mistakes, 2 big plays. Eliminate that, well, we've got ourselves a 10-3 ball game.